Taehyung shows off his dance moves in Paris. His unexpected performance makes fans scream in the streets of Paris, the city known for its fashion, art, and romance. Once again witnessed a moment of magic that could only be created by one person, Kim Taehyung, better known as V of BTS, that on a bright and easygoing afternoon in a charming Parisian street lined with cafes, boutiques, and the aroma of freshly brewed coffee. Taehyung created a scene so spontaneous and unforgettable that anyone who saw it couldn't help but smile. There was no stage, no spotlight, no music blaring from speakers, just a calm sidewalk and light chatter between friends. Yet, within seconds, the ordinary Paris street transformed into a stage, and Taehyung, with his natural charisma, turned a casual moment into a piece of living art. A spontaneous act that electrified Paris. It all happened in front of a small vintage-style cafe in central Paris. That day, Taehyung was dressed in a chic brown leather jacket, a simple black shirt, and wide checkered trousers, walking and chatting casually with people around him. There was no hint of what was about to happen, until his expression shifted, a playful smile appeared, and his shoulders began to move, following a rhythm only he could hear. Then it began. With one light step, Taehyung started to dance. His movements flowed smoothly but with boundless energy, a mix of elegance and effortlessness that only someone born for music and art could possess. Passers-by stopped in their tracks. Some pulled out their phones. Others simply froze, mesmerized by the sight before them. One fan who happened to be there said, "I thought I was dreaming." There was no music, but it felt like the whole city moved with his rhythm. The charm of Taehyung, graceful, magnetic, and unpredictable. What made this moment special wasn't just the presence of a global superstar. It was the spontaneity of it all. Taehyung wasn't performing for cameras or at a concert. He was simply expressing himself, an artist showing pure joy through motion. Taehyung has long been known for his captivating aura and artistic instinct that shines through even in the simplest moments. His outfit that day perfectly embodied his image as a global fashion icon. A retro leather jacket, boldly patterned pants, and sleek black boots. An effortless blend of classic and modern style that to his fans, this wasn't just a random dance. It was a reflection of his soul. Taehyung finds beauty in everyday life, and that beauty shines brightest when he moves freely, unplanned, unfiltered, and undeniably himself. Fans and public's reaction. Paris smiled. The world applauded the moment a short clip of his street dance hit social media. The internet exploded. Within an hour, hashtags like #Taehyung in Paris and #VStreetDance topped the global trends on X, formerly Twitter. Fan comments flooded timelines everywhere. He doesn't need music. His body is already the melody. Taehyung just turned Paris into a movie scene. He could dance anywhere, and the world would stop just to watch. Even French media couldn't resist covering the moment. One fashion magazine wrote, "V from BTS reminds us that true art needs no stage. It lives wherever passion exists." Tourists and locals alike described how the entire atmosphere shifted instantly, from a quiet afternoon to something bright and joyful. Some even compared it to a spontaneous scene straight out of a romantic Parisian film. Paris, the perfect stage for an artist. So it's no secret that Paris holds a special place in Taehyung's heart. Since his debut in fashion circles, he's been a recurring face at elite shows for brands like Celine, Dior, and Cartier, and has become one of the most influential figures in modern fashion. But this time, he wasn't there as a VIP guest or a runway model. He was there as himself, a man enjoying the city in the most natural way, by dancing on the streets that a local photographer who witnessed the moment shared. "I've shot many celebrities in Paris, but none as genuine as Taehyung." He didn't care about the cameras. He was simply in the moment. It wasn't a show, it was joy made visible. Art in every motion. Taehyung's dance philosophy. At first glance, Taehyung's dance may have looked simple, just a few steps, soft turns, and graceful gestures. But for those who know his artistry, every movement carried meaning. Since his debut, Taehyung has always expressed emotions not just through his voice, but through his body language. His performance style has often shown that art isn't about perfection. It's about emotion, about translating feelings into form, movement, and presence. Observers noted that his spontaneous dance embodied his truest self, free-spirited, passionate, yet always elegant. His moves blended contemporary flair with his signature softness, creating what many described as poetry in motion. Fans who witnessed it live. A dream come true. Several fans who were at the scene shared their experiences with visible excitement. One Army from Korea said, "I never imagined I'd see him here, let alone dancing like that. It felt like a living dream." Another tourist from Italy recalled, "I didn't even know who he was at first, but when he started dancing, everyone just stopped. I could feel something special. Later, I found out he's a global star, and I completely understood why." For those who were there, it wasn't about fame. It was about witnessing the kind of beauty that can only happen once. Art emerging naturally in the middle of ordinary life. Music, fashion, and the soul of an artist. Every movement Taehyung made that day also reflected his refined fashion sensibility. His outfit combined retro touches with modern elegance, a look that screamed effortless confidence. The leather jacket exuded strength and charisma, while the patterned trousers added artistic boldness, mirroring his experimental personality. Fashion enthusiasts dubbed the look Parisian effortless style meets K-pop flair. He looked as though he'd just stepped out of a high-end magazine, yet his warmth and smile kept him grounded. A city's mood transformed after a few minutes of light-hearted dancing. Taehyung laughed softly and bowed politely to the people around him. His staff chuckled, some clapped, and a gentle, cheerful mood filled the air. There was no chaos, no frenzy, just pure joy. A barista from the nearby cafe remarked, "People usually come to Paris to find art, but today, art came to us." That sentence captured everything perfectly. Paris, long a home to painters, writers, and dreamers, had just witnessed a new kind of art, one that moved and breathed through a Korean artist's body. Taehyung and Paris. More than a fashion affair, Paris is no stranger to Taehyung's presence. Since his appearances at Fashion Week events and collaborations with luxury brands, he's become a beloved figure in the city's artistic circles. But this visit was different. There was no red carpet, no flashing lights, no agenda. It felt deeply personal. Some fans speculated that the dance was his way of expressing happiness, maybe about a new creative project, or simply gratitude for life itself. Whatever the reason, the result was pure, a moment that captured both freedom and sincerity. The entertainment world reacts. It's just so Taehyung. Media outlets around the world quickly picked up the story. Entertainment journalists called it another reminder of Taehyung's effortless magic. A leading fashion publication wrote, "No one can emulate Taehyung's aura. He can make an ordinary Paris sidewalk feel like a Paris Fashion Week runway." A Korean pop culture analyst added, "Taehyung doesn't just sing or dance. He creates experiences. He blends emotion, art, and style into one spontaneous expression." When the world stops to watch beauty happen that day, on a small Paris street, time seemed to stop. A young man danced without music, surrounded by laughter, cameras, and admiration. In a world that moves too fast, moments like these are rare. Gentle reminders that beauty can appear anywhere, anytime. With his calm yet magnetic charm, Taehyung once again proved that he's more than a K-pop idol. He's a true artist, bridging music, fashion, and emotion. His brief dance in Paris may have lasted only a few moments, but its resonance will linger much longer, like the soft melody of a song that never really ends. And for those lucky enough to have seen it live, one thing is certain: Paris had never felt so alive until Taehyung danced upon its streets.